Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, Orphan Dresden, and today we're going to be looking at all the wrestling news from Monday. We start with Johnny Bravo's documentary. If you remember, Johnny Bravo was hyping up a documentary that could tie celebrities and wrestlers, most notably Roman Reigns, to accused steroid dealer Richard Rodriguez. When he dropped the documentary on Friday, Bravo noted that he couldn't verify information that ties Roman Reigns to Richard Rodriguez, since Reigns allegedly used an alias to make purchases. He said, "Some of the evidence I need in order to be 100% accurate with my findings, I'm still waiting for. I understand that this is an ongoing case and that there is some evidence, including devices like iPads, iPhones and computers, that have not been released in court proceedings. I may need them in order to verify some information. So without the key information, there is two cases that I've said that I can't verify at this time, one being Mark Wahlberg and the second being Roman Reigns." I'm just going to put this right out now. He built most of this around Roman Reigns, and he has no evidence. I'm sorry, but the leaked pictures and everything else was building hype around Roman Reigns, so that's ridiculous. With that being said, Dave Meltzer made some comments about people that could possibly sue Johnny Bravo and lawsuits and the general gist like that. Well, if it's not true, every one of those guys, if it isn't true, I would say the guys that we are talking about, Sheamus and Hall, can't really sue because he never really claimed anything on them. He just said he thought, and you can't really sue on that. He didn't directly imply Nash, nor did he even know his name. As far as John Cena, Steve Austin and Roman Reigns, if it's not true, then yes, I would say they would have a great lawsuit against him. If you do that lawsuit, that opens you up for cross-examination, and they were doing anything, you would have to admit it, and also then the evidence would have to come out. The truth is a defence against this lawsuit, but if they are making the whole thing up, then yes. If the whole thing is made up thin air, then absolutely liable for a lawsuit. False information at this level, especially when it comes to something like this, absolutely would be open to a lawsuit. In fact, there is no evidence, and these guys have never done even if they've done steroid and they haven't gotten them from him, and there's no connection with Rodriguez, then they would open up for a lawsuit. If there is a connection with Rodriguez, then it's a completely different story. And then Johnny Bravo has noted on his Instagram story that Reigns was not meant to be the focus point of the investigation on Richard Rodriguez and the alleged steroid clients. The only thing that's thrown me off is that WWE fans turned this into a Roman story, and it never was. It's so much more than that, and was never the direction I wanted to go in. I never knew who Roman was until the day Richard said his name live. I need to focus on the end goal, said Bravo. I need to focus on the end goal. But you put too many teasers out about Roman. This is what I mean. We turned it into a story about Roman because that's all you were teasing is WWE stars. What did he expect? I think that's just trying to get people to watch it. And then, quite interesting, WWE.com has published the top 10 women's matches in the company history. 2018 Royal Rumble match was number 10. Number 9, Alundra Blaze versus Bull Nakano. Sorry if I butchered that name. That was on 1994. Charlotte versus Bayley, Monday Night Raw, February 13th, 2017. Paige versus Emma, NXT Arrival. Trish versus Lita, Monday Night Raw, December 2004. Charlotte versus Bayley versus Sasha versus Becky Lynch, Fatal 4-Way Takeover Arrival. Asuka versus Ember Moon, Takeover Brooklyn 3. Charlotte, Sasha, Becky, WrestleMania 32. Charlotte, Sasha, Raw, July 25th, 2016. And Sasha Bayley, Takeover Brooklyn. I'm going to probably say there is a lot of debate on what you would class as the best women's matches of all time, because this is in the company's history. But you leave what you think should be in the top 10 women's matches of all time, and maybe I'll do one in my own personal opinion at some point. Then we go to the story that Rey Mysterio has joined Nashville-based wrestling company Aro Lucha. He'll be a performer and also co-owner of the company. There's now plans for Mysterio to appear in the first season of the Upstart Promotions television show. He commented on how the promotion will be fan-funded and the fans will be able to have a minority stake in the company. I think what we are doing with Archo Lucha is a fan-owned revolution. We are giving the fans something that they have never had before, a voice and a chance to get in on the action. Co-founder and CEO Jason Brown also commented, "This gives a chance a fan to get in on the action, but More so that they really give him a voice, especially in a company like ours. Fans are so passionate. They critique every storyline, every character, while we're able to now actually listen to them. Oh, it's an interesting thing. We'll see how they do. And despite the fact that Rey Mysterio is now getting involved in this company, apparently he's reportedly still in negotiations with WWE. And then Andreas Almas revealed he almost quit the company early into his run. He said, "When I got into WWE, I felt like I was regressing because of lack of opportunities and the criticism. Then I spoke with Alberto Del Rio, and he told me that I should hold on and I will get my opportunity, so I kept fighting for what I wanted." Well, that's quite interesting that he managed to stick around due to Alberto Del Rio. We'll have to move on that, so very sorry. Shane versus Dolph Ziggler match for WrestleMania. Brad Shepard commented on the situation not that long ago. In fact, very recent plans for Dolph Ziggler and Shane McMahon to have a one-on-one match at WrestleMania. The plan has changed and it looks that way anyway. I'm not sure what they're going to end up doing with Shane, Sami and Kevin. They're originally going to be allegedly in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, and they announced the one-on-one match at WrestleMania. I don't know if that's going to stick. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure why they changed it, but certainly they have a graphic for it and everything. He added, "That was the plan for sure. I don't know why it changed. It was going to be Dolph Ziggler's first single match at WrestleMania. We'll see what happens. I don't know what they're going to do, but I know the original plan." So they've changed the match, which is quite interesting. And then let's talk about this whole AJ Styles injury situation. WWE did an injury angle with AJ Styles at last night's Madison Square. Sorry, I say last night. The 16th of March is live event in Madison Square Garden. He was scheduled to team with Nakamura against Zayn and Owens. They attacked him and Nakamura from behind. Styles appeared to have a leg injury as a result of the attack. One of the referees gave the X symbol. Styles was helped to the back. Nakamura ended up facing Owens in a singles match, which ended up with Zayn interfering. Styles came back out with the steel chair and attacked Owens and Zayn. And then he did not compete in Saturday's night's live event, which led to speculation that he had a legitimate injury, and that the injury angle at Madison Square Garden was right to write him out of the weekend's live events. Dave Meltzer did say this. So last night, Madison Square Garden was supposed to be an AJ and Nakamura versus Kevin and Sami. It turned into a singles match. AJ did make the save. They actually did the injury angle before the match, and I didn't know if that was. People said they thought it was an injury. The injury was probably suffered beforehand, and this was an angle to set up to cover up. And then tonight, in the other live event, AJ Styles wasn't then actually announced before the show that Styles was injured in Madison Square Garden. So that's all we really know, and we don't know the severity. We'll probably know more in the morning. We have one final update on AJ Styles as of now. There's still no word on his condition other than that he has got a legitimate injury. He is set to be in Dallas today and be examined by WWE medical staff. So hopefully tomorrow we will know more about Styles' injury. I'm hoping it's a minor injury. If he can even compete in WrestleMania and put on a match with Nakamura and pass the belt, that would be better than him vacating it. We'll have to wait and see. And then, according to Peter Insider, both Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman have been spotted in Dallas, which is the site of Raw tonight. At this time, it's unknown if the suspended Roman Reigns will be appearing on the Tonight Show. And let's talk about the whole Daniel Bryan situation next. Daniel Bryan has asked if he'll wrestle right away once his contract expires. Dave Meltzer did say yes, if he does decide to leave when his contract expires, there will not be a no compete clause in it. It reportedly expires September the 23rd this year, which would mean he would miss the All-In event September 1st. And then in an interview, Daniel Bryan was asked a possible match with Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He said, "I don't know, and I don't think they know. I think it all depends on whether or not I can get cleared. At this moment, as of today, I have not been cleared by WWE. I've done everything in my power, everything they have asked of me, and I have gone above and beyond as far as, okay, what doctors do you need me to see? Send me to any doctor you want, any doctor that you want, and let's get their feedback on what's going on with me. So far, every doctor has cleared me that they have sent me to, so there is a chance. I used to think that the percentage of WWE clear me is low. I think with the stuff that I have done, it has got a little higher. I don't know how much higher. With how everything is, 1 day to go, I don't think, and I don't get cleared storyline wise, then there is another way to go. If I'm cleared, I'm hoping to be cleared, and I don't know which way it goes. Jesus. So I botched that. That's talking part up. And then WrestleVotes also gave his opinion on him having a match at WrestleMania 34, saying, since the question intensifies, I cannot confirm anything with Daniel Bryan. I was told by a source weeks ago they approached him about working Mania, and he declined as it won't be nearly what he wants. Light work with little to no bumps, etc. Not the story. No idea what the story is as of now. So he was apparently approached weeks ago with no bumps, basically. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to go on. And then War Machine has now made their NXT debut at the live event in Florida Friday night. They did not refer to themselves as War Machine, so we do not know what their actual name will be if they have changed it. So we'll have to wait and see when they actually appear on NXT. And then Kurt Angle put an Instagram photo with Ronda Rousey lying on a crash mat saying, "This is the only rest Ronda Rousey has gotten in the past 2 weeks. The woman utterly amazes me. Her work ethic, progression and willingness to learn is unparalleled. She wants to be the best. She will be the best. Hashtag it's damn true." Well, it's fantastic that she's working really hard. I can't wait to see her match. And then we have the massive story that Mark Henry has now been announced for the Hall of Fame. Or now we can call it the Hall of Pain. Absolutely fantastic for Mark Henry. Legend of the business. He's put many years into this company, given everything he can. Well done, Mark Henry. I am so proud of you. You've deserved this for so long. Congratulations, Mark Henry. I cannot wait to see who inducts you. Speaking of inductees, Bubba Ray appeared on Busted Open Radio and then was asked if Edge and Christian would induct him, and he said, with Edge apparently, and Edge said he could make that happen, and Bubba also brought up the idea of having the Hardy been on stage with them as well for a full TLC reunion. So we could have all of them. You could have Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys induct them, a whole reunion. I would love to see that. Absolutely would love to see that. And then just a little update on the greatest Royal Rumble event ever. It's now going to be featuring 7 championship matches as well. So WWE, the Universal, the Intercontinental United States, Raw Tag Team, SmackDown Tag Team and Cruiserweight. By the sound of it, they will not be having any women wrestling that night. Maybe Saudi Arabia, not the best about women, so we'll have to wait and see what they go. But yeah, absolutely banging card. Seriously, 7 title matches and the biggest Royal Rumble. Jesus. And then we go to our final story. Joyce Grabler, a former student of the Fabulous Moolah in the 70s, commented on the alleged allegations against Moolah over mistreating other women. "I never experienced pimping. As far as I was concerned, she never sent nobody, and hey, I had a good body back then. I was kind of pretty long blonde hair, especially when I was in Puerto Rico, Mexico. If she was going to pimp somebody out, I'd have been number 1 on the list." She also said that she trained women, and she just spoke about her in a very positive light. I'm going to leave a link to Joyce Grabel's thoughts on Moolah and the video about it. I'm going to leave that in the description below so you can have a listen to yourself. Here's someone from the other side. Me personally, I don't know, because there's a lot of allegations and only one defence. We can't ever really prove anything ever happened, unfortunately. But this is people's words against other people's words, so it's just a murky, horrible situation. Now that has been the Wrestling Newsroom. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give this video a like. Please support me on Patreon. Link in the description below. Subscribe to see more content, and I'll catch you later. Bye.